And welcome to the first virtual Write Night at the Wregrass Museum of Art. My name is Brooke McGinnis, and I'm an art educator here at the Wregrass Museum of Art. And we're really excited to bring Write Night back and in this new format. And we hope that it works well for us until it is safe for us to meet again. So for those that are new to Write Night, we kind of run this philosophically anyway as an open mic. So we have no idea what our presenters have up their sleeves, and that's part of the fun. So we're excited to see what they do. So if you guys sit back, relax, grab your beverage of choice, includes presenters as well, and get ready to hear some good writing tonight. Although I'm going to start off, so it won't get good till later. We drew straws, and I got the short straw. So this is a piece actually that I started a very long time ago. I was living in Lakeland, Florida, which is Central Florida, and if you drive on 98 North, out of Lakeland, there's this intersection of Banana Road and Wilder Lane. And so anytime I was sitting there, I'd look at those two cross streets and I'd think, oh my gosh, Banana Wilder would be the coolest name for like a young adult character. And so I had this kind of idea spinning around, and this was like in the, oh gosh, I think like probably 2009. And then it wasn't until we moved to Michigan that I found myself laid off, because that's what happens when you move to Michigan, right? I don't think you actually live there if you don't get a pink slip. So there you go. And it was about to be November, and I thought, oh, NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month, let me just give this a go. And so it all just kind of started flowing out of me. And like in a week, I had 10,000 words, and my friends were like, oh my gosh. And I thought, yeah, editing this is going to be a nightmare. And then I just hit like a writing roadblock. I wrote her into a situation that I wasn't really ready for and couldn't get her out of. And so I kind of just put it aside. And so I decided I kind of wanted to take a look at it again this year, because I just thought it was a fun idea. So this is just a little excerpt of Banana Wilder, high school student, generally awkward and awesome individual. So the room was blurry, like been swimming for 3 hours without goggles blurry, complete with stinging eyes. And the room was upside down, or maybe I was. Either way, I wasn't really sure where I was or what just happened. The floor was cold though, and my head hurt a lot. I had a feeling I was about to be really embarrassed, which is not unusual for a girl whose name is Banana. As I tried to unravel this situation, the fog began to lift, and I could just make out the faint outline of supposedly worried faces encircling me like a halo of Mormon missionaries eyeing their latest convert. I don't know why I thought that, because I'm not sure that I know any Mormons, but maybe it's because I'd been listening to the Book of Mormon on repeat for weeks. Did I mention that my head hurt? Are you okay? Asked the one with the red hair. We're just going to call him Brother Ginger for now. She looks green, and not like sexy alfalfa green, but like cartoon character that just smoked a cigarette green. Well, thank you, Sister Booger Breath. You look stupid. Or your outline does. I couldn't really see very well at this point. Shut it! I think she's trying to say something. Nana, how many fingers am I holding up? Now that was Bryce. I'd know that perfectly coiffed Timothy Chalamet cut anywhere, unless it was Samantha. She was rocking a Tim Do too. Or maybe it was a pixie cut. Damn, my head really hurt. Was all I could get out. And then the blur started rolling back and the faces began to fade, but not before I heard some brother so-and-so say, dude, I think she split her pants. Please let me be dead. So, all right. Now we can get to the good stuff. So, so I need to go up here so I can figure out how to spotlight again. And next up we have Dex. Dex, give me just a second and let me spotlight you. All right, you have the spotlight, my friend.
Oh my. Can everyone hear me? I have definitely asked that a lot since this pandemic started. Alrighty. So as I pull it up, backstory on this piece. A lot's happened this year. We have had a lot of time to kind of, reflect and especially as individuals, as collective peoples, as collective citizens, and as a nation. I definitely don't need to tell everybody what happened at the beginning of November. That was very nerve-wracking for a lot of different people, for different reasons, obviously. And I started kind of reflecting on what it meant to me. what these past 4 years have meant to me. I am transgender, so it has been a roller coaster. It kind of always is, and that's what's so interesting about it. It's very much like, I hate politics. I don't want to care about politics, but I have to, because it's like, am I going to wake up today and have healthcare rights or not? So it very much is exhausting, and a good way to, I've realized, to get some of those feelings out is through creating things, and writing, drawing, painting, that kind of thing. And a disclaimer on this poem that I wrote: I never write like with any sort of rhyme scheme, but this one just became a rhyme scheme poem. So ignore the rhyme scheme. And I normally do free verse, but yeah, this poem is titled "One Nation Under God," and yeah, I'll kick it off. I pledge allegiance to the flag for the rights that I know I'd never had. I stare at the ceiling in dark, silent night, knowing tomorrow I'll continue to fight for myself and others the same, for our rights to be heard, our voices, chosen names. See, we chose our names, our pronouns, ourselves. We've walked through nightmares, unimaginable hells. Some of us have fought overseas for that flag, returned home as remains and bloody dog tags, while others return to live with their grief, return to be fired by our commander-in-chief. The president acts like veterans give him a sense of pride. Then we watch as he ignores the transgender soldiers who died. Your words are useless, Trump. Your thoughts and prayers are too, when you punish those brave enough to do what you could never do. And to the republic for which it stands, on the neck of a black man who shouts with raised hands, hands up, don't shoot. Please, officer, I can't breathe. While we witness murderers walk free, we tense, we seethe. While others get mad over property damage, over thieves, a black woman is gunned down, and for what? As she sleeps. And a nation who earnestly claims to not see race. We all bleed red, but your white blood is laced with systemic racist roots that can't be erased. No matter how hard you try, the facts must be faced. Black lives matter, no matter how much you deny, and all lives matter is racism in disguise. That system is corrupted and it's intrinsically flawed. Your precious cops are not judge, jury, executioner. They are not the final law. One nation under God. So you want me to kneel and pray to a God, but how can he be real? How can God in all his greatness flood the world and purge its sin, but watch it fall apart, watch us starve under rich men? Lead Moses to free the enslaved, take them to a better land, but watch another black man die when a cop gives the command. Let your son befriend sex workers, the outcasts, the lame. When your most devout followers, the saved, won't do the same. Hail the hero for giving all the masses bread and fish, but when we try to give to all, your children scream, socialist. You asked what would Jesus do? I asked myself the same. If he came down right now, saw the state of us, the shame, saw the children in cages, the families ripped apart, saw the rich fat and happy while the poor lose heart, saw the Christians gaslighting, converting others to their way, saw another kid beaten to death just because he came out as gay, saw a football player condemned for kneeling at a football game, saw the very same people flying a Trump flag higher with no shame. Because you don't know how oppression feels, you don't know what it's like to be called the N-word, tranny, faggot, wetbag, coon, spook, or kike. You cling to the very book you justify and use to oppress, and the blood of us forgotten stains the streets as you rest. I pledge allegiance to the people of the divided states of America, and to the justice and equity for which it should stand, one nation under mercy and love, divisible with liberty and justice for all. Politically correct? No, it's called being decent. The concept isn't a mystery. You should really figure out how to do it or die on the wrong side of history. Thank you. I think you're muted, Brooke.
See, I told you I'd do it. Thank you so much for sharing that, Dex. Thank you. That was great. Let's see here. Jennifer, you said 3, correct? Uh-oh, where'd she go? Jennifer, you were 3, right?
I'm here.
Okay, good. Let me spotlight you.
Also, real quick,
Yeah.
Jennifer, I want to sit in for yours, but then I might have to leave everybody. But this is all being recorded, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
you get to see it again. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back and watch it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Cool.
I apologize for having to leave before I heard a bunch of these great stories and writings and stuff. But yeah, thank
You've
you.
got rehearsal. It's the call of the theater major.
Required.
All right. Jennifer, you have the spotlight.
I think it might still be me.
I only see Dex.
Please take me out this.
We're staring at you.
No, I said my piece.
Brooke, you're muted.
Hi, Laura.
Hey,
Okay. Okay. Is Dex?
he's gone. Now you're
Okay.
now that's good.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, and I'm so excited to be in Alabama, except I'm in Pennsylvania, and it's really cold. But Right Night has been so good to me, and the Wregrass Museum has been so good to me, and to share with you all is just so awesome and special. So I am actually going to read an Instagram post. So those of you who follow me have probably already read it, but it actually got the most responses of anything I've posted this year. And it came out of nowhere. I was trying not to be political. I was trying to be sane. I was trying to make sense of things. I was trying to do a lot of what Dex was just talking about, and keep a positive vibe to my pages. That's why people follow me. I try for myself to be positive so that other people can bring that to their lives. And so, but this came out of nowhere, and it came from wanting to understand other people. And I posted it with a picture of a friend of mine who is transgendered and a friend of mine who is Black, and we were not the best of friends in high school. And we came to our 20th high school reunion, and these are the people I ended up hanging out with. I mean, we were almost enemies in high school, on totally opposite platforms of almost everything in our lives. And 20 years later, we were the best of friends for one night, and it's just kept going. And I think you forget a lot in 20 years, and it all sort of just makes sense, and people are people. And that's where this is coming from. So it's called I'm Still Learning. I'm still learning, but I understand. I was bullied by a group of Black girls in middle school, got smacked across the face because I wouldn't give up a pencil. My straight A's didn't protect me from looking privileged. At that place on the wrong side of that Rust Belt town's railroad tracks that cuts race apart like it's rows of corn, I'm still learning, but I understand. In my 30s, I dated a man who wore women's clothing under his work uniform, who I caught watching tranny porn in our living room while I waited in the bed for my part of our show. I partied with the best dressed of that social scene in dark New Jersey dive bars. But get a drag drunk, and you'll want to make sure she gets home. I'm still learning, but I understand. This picture, which I'm sorry you can't see, but it's on Instagram, is from my 20th high school reunion last year. It's me with one of those girls and our friend who made it as a professional performer in that world I left behind. That night, I didn't relate anymore to anyone I surrounded myself with back then, who were headed to college like me and are now parents and attorneys and know the taste of table wines. I guess I had to been on that track and that path long enough to have wanted to experience more than white picket perfection. After I spent the night dancing with these two in a sports bar that gets closed sometimes for some shootings, the girl in the middle wrote on my Facebook page, "I had a great time with you, Jen. Still hungover, I cried on my plane ride back to my new home." She didn't tell me, but I got the picture when we finally connected online, that she had already lost a daughter in her young life at our ages, and I didn't tell her that I buried another boyfriend 8 years ago because of cancer. Because those details didn't matter. I had made it bigger than anyone in that room that night because she had hung out with someone I grew up thinking that she hated. I'm not rich. I don't have kids. I'm always learning. But now I completely understand.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brooke.
Let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this right this time. Jennifer. Remove spotlight. All right. Do you have my ugly mug now? Is that where we are?
Brooke, I'm
Okay.
gonna come fight you.
Don't fight me.
I gotta hop on over to my other Zoom. Yay, Zoom.
Okay. Well, thank
But,
you so much for
thanks for
sharing,
having me.
Dex. Yeah, good to
I'll
see
come
you.
back and check out everyone else's stories. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
And we'll figure out Facebook Live too. Oh my God.
Baby steps, right? Let me figure this out. And yeah.
Hashtag 2020.
Oh, all right. Jess, you still good? You ready? Okay, hold on.
You bet.
Let me see if I can spotlight you. I swear I feel so old right now. It's really upsetting. Okay. Is that right?
I think so. It said that I'm spotlighted. This is oh well, I better start off with language warning. I'll try to not say the big bad words, but I don't even think about it sometimes, especially now that I work from home so much. And this I was wanting to workshop some stand-up bits because I have a pile of them now since we've been in lockdown COVID mode, because I actually have lupus, so I can't leave the house. I haven't really left since March. So have a lot of thoughts that I wanted to work on, and then I realized as people were actual writers were reading their work, that the whole point is to be able to hear people laugh. And all I can hear is myself laugh, but it's okay because, as usual, I procrastinated because I had all of these things, all of these ideas in my little digital files, and I pulled them all up after work today, and I was like, oh, I can turn some of these into, a bit, a 5-minute bit. That'll be easy. And then I read through them, and so that's what actually I'm going to read are these just nutso ideas that I have no idea what I was referring to. Mostly, some of them do make a little bit of sense. Idea number one was Meatloaf is an asshole. I don't know where I was going with that. Introverts have superpowers during COVID-19. That was going to be a skit in my head. Being evicted from my inner world, which, yeah. And then this was the ringer. This was the most confounding one. No masks, comma, pterodactyl, comma, pork chops on head, question mark. No idea. No idea whatsoever what I thought that was going to be, but it's the one that I'm most anxious to try to figure something out on, because it's got to be hilarious. Pork chops on head alone has got to be something. And that's all I have. And I think I did it without cursing.
You did.
I'm
actually
go.
I was gonna say I was a little disappointed, but thank you. You came through. Waiting for that F-bomb. All right, let me unspotlight. Sorry, and here I am. There we go. Okay. Thank you, Jess. All right, so Carmen, correct? That's where we are. You ready? Let me spotlight you, my dear.
Can you hear me?
You're a little low, but I can hear you. So I think.
Now, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. I'm gonna have to angle my tablet. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
We're good? Okay.
Yeah, we're good. Let me mute myself.
Hi. How's everybody doing? Most of y'all who do know me know that I'm a songwriter, so I enjoy doing this because I get to try different things. So I started working on a series of short stories this year. So I'm going to share with you tonight one of my characters. So it's kind of like a character development per se. Okay. It's called Mona. Today I met a friend I've known for years. She has long flowing hair and often wears long flowing dresses with long strands of beads around her neck. Her hands and wrists look like Christmas trees decorated with mixed-matched rings and bracelets galore. She jingles like a tin peddler when she walks and lives in a quirky little camper just up the road from the beach. Close enough to walk or to ride her pale blue bicycle. It has a bell and a basket big enough to carry her daily haul from the farmer's market or corner grocer. She lives in a world of just enough, and that is just the way she likes it. Her abode is quite lovely, actually. There is a pink glow from the soft lamps she has scattered about, and a variety of lush fringed pillows fill various spaces. Her stove has 2 eyes, enough to heat water for her spiced tea, and another for her dinner, which might be a soup or a simple stew. Her life is one of simplicity, and that's just the way she likes it. Her ever-present companion is Theodore, her tabby cat. Theodore keeps our heroine company and the camper free of unwelcome guests such as beach mice and other scurriers. Theodore has a happy life and spends his days patrolling the area near the camper and sometimes congregates with the other beach cats that live in the camper park. Ah, yes, Sunny Waves Beach Resort. The sign says, a nice place for simple living with running water, electric hookups, a laundry, mail center, community phone, and even a small pool. A few year-long residents are scattered about with a few snowbirds joining in the winter and an occasional family joining for the summer. The neighbors are friendly, but not overbearing. If you need them, be it a cup of sugar or a ride into town, they are there, but otherwise, they stay out of your way, which is just the way she likes it. No, our heroine is not a recluse, but she is private to a degree. She likes to refer to herself as mysterious. Neighbors speculate about her at times, and some say that she comes from money and that she left her family's fortune when they did not approve of her paramour. Another tale is that she settled here after coming through town with a circus and that she can read palms and tarot cards and crystals in her trailer. The children of the campground find her simply fantastic and will stop to see her on lazy nights when she has a low fire going outside with water heating for cocoa and songs flowing through her guitar. She sings and tells them stories of faraway places and other fantastical characters. She rises early to go to the beach. She stretches and breathes in the salty air. It is her time with the universe. She prays. She does yoga. She has moments of nothingness, and that is just the way she likes it. On her way home, she stops by the roadside stand and buys bananas, apples, oranges, and a small loaf of bread. Once back in the camper part, she takes 2 bananas, an apple, an orange out of the bag and places them on the table in her camper. She leaves the other items in the grocer's bag and takes them to a neighboring camper. She knocks on the camper door and leaves the bag on the faded welcome mat. As she is walking away, the door cracks open and a small, frail hand waves, and our heroine waves back. It is this all the time, just the way she likes it. Her evenings might be spent watching I Love Lucy reruns on her black and white TV while seated at her small table with Theodore nestled beside her. Or she might be sprawled on her sofa bed wrapped in an afghan as she reads one of the many paperbacks she has stowed away in the crevices of her camper. On a sunny day, she might paint or walk to the beach. On a rainy day, she might take a bus into town or visit a friend. She is a friend to the lonely or the downtrodden and finds time for those the world has forgotten. She radiates love. And even though her eccentricism and non-conventional life, her love grows soft, yet vibrant like her pink lamps. Do you know her? Do you know her yet? I do, and I love her. I think her name might be Mona.
Lovely. Thank you so much. I think I love Mona too.
I know, I want to hang out with Mona.
Oh,
Carmen, I love the pink lamps. Love the pink lamps.
can I show you something real quick? Hang
Oh yeah,
tight.
hold on. Wait, hang on.
Of
me-
2 seconds.
Go.
I painted this picture, and this is what inspired it.
How cool.
Cool.
I love it.
I just got
really
thinking, I'm like,
cool.
who would live in here? And I created a character of who I thought would live in there.
Oh, now I really want to hang out with Mona.
Aw.
Definitely. Oh, that's great. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Yeah, of course. Thank you. Okay. All right. Last but not least, we've got Jonathan. Let me spotlight you, sir.
Okay. You guys, I apologize for the setting. I keep all my poetry and writings on Facebook, and they moved the note section or something. So you guys will have to settle for this bit that I know quite well because I wrote it when I was 16 or 17. Let's see. Sometimes I feel like driftwood, fast approaching the fall downstream. Rough waters pulling me under, and what good is it to scream? All that was, is, and will be is just a staged play. This earth and all its beauty, props in a stage. The curtain must fall sooner or later, but will we meet our maker or just become a memory? God, I hope not. If so, then I am doomed to be forgotten. That's called Forgotten, everybody.
Thank you so much. And you wrote that when you were 16? Oh, he's mute. You're
I
muted,
did
yeah.
indeed.
Wow. Wow. We got some writers here tonight, my friends. So that was the last on the schedule. Does anyone have something else that they'd like to share? I'm going to take that. Oh, go ahead.
That as a professional freelance writer, I love listening to songwriters and poets and artists because I don't get that feed so much in work and working with words, and it's just fantastic that we can all come together and share all these things that words help us create and understand.
Well said. Well said. Absolutely. And I think minus my technical prowess or lack thereof, I think this worked pretty well on Zoom. So, you know, until we can safely meet again, I think this is not a bad idea. Yeah.
And for anyone of you who has friends who are writers, please spread the word. It'll happen again in, what month will it happen again? February. Is that right? February. Third Thursday in February. So start writing and tell your friends to gather their writings and anything they want to present. And we will definitely have figured out how to broadcast to Facebook Live by then. I was thinking you were an administrator also, set as an administrator of the Facebook page. So that was the problem. So that was my fault for not figuring it out. But we'll post this on the Facebook event, in the Facebook event, and then you can share it with people, and hopefully people will want to join us.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'll certainly do that.
Great. Well, I guess that's it then, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Good job. So nice to hear everybody's words. We hope to see you all back in February with more good stuff. So have a great night. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Stay safe. And we'll see y'all in February. Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.